Hello, hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. Still spending time with Argos, our favorite snaky lad. Curious to see what he has to say. The snake slithers away, and taking off his pelt and draping it over one of the statues, an old man of imposing eyebrows who wields a trident. Oh. Okay. Before proceeding, however, he collects a book from what seems to be an inner pocket, sewn into the pelt's back. Think of life, master. How about one of those tiny lions, domesticated by humans? A cat, that's what you call them. Or perhaps bees, hornets, flies, anything will do. It is no more difficult than creating diamonds in the palm of your hand. From around your feet 1, 2, 3, cats spring into existence. From your fingertips, little thoughts grow into a plethora of bugs. For a moment, Argos and all this life is suspended in a moment of grace. Then one of the cats shifts its gaze away from the horizon and towards the statue and pelt. Like a compressed coil, they all burst and leap with a sudden fury towards the foreman's discarded mantle. It lasts only for a moment. Just as they are about to make contact with it, your mind springs into action as well to command them all out of existence. What just happened? You witnessed. This too is the labyrinth's nature. Any flora will attempt to do the same, if given the chance. Which is why a master, long ago, put in place a contract to forbid animals and plants from being summoned above the valley. Now you know why you cannot create life, and why the land above is a lifeless, deathless desert. This, and much more than more have I been told by the labyrinth's immortal minds. Thank you for showing me this. I don't know. Of course you didn't. The hybrid you keep above is he's full of seldom shared secrets. Ashamed of it all, I imagine. I would be too. Every secret unveiled comes with knowledge of what he's been through. I've barely seen him in my life, but I know much of the paths his hooves have trod. He longs to live a fantasy of being like any other human. He would rather have you and everyone else, all of your staff, kept away from the truth. And what truth are you talking about? All of it, every crumb and morsel of his sentence, so none will pity him. If you ever care to know my opinion. He is pitiable, perhaps one of the most so among all victims of the god's ire. What a wretched, cursed fate. But he does not wish for you to think so. You would do well to, as much as possible, let him enjoy normalcy. Why are you telling me this? Aren't you supposed to be his torturer instead of my counselor? No. You are supposed to be the jailer. I am meant to be your assistant. Over all the centuries, how often do you think the Argoi, my ancestors, were the ones who raised a hand against the hybrid? You are the Lord, thrice blessed by the Olympians, to bring about justice. I am merely here to witness, to teach, and to spur. But that does not answer your question, why I said that. I am no fool, my lord. When you ask about my companionship, did I notice a drop of worry? Or was it care? Do you pity me for my upbringing? For the life I lead here? I am not as proud as the hybrids, sire. I am honored knowing you have dedicated even the smallest shred of your attention to my well-being. The Minotaur, I hope he cherishes you too. You are shaped up to become a most peculiar lord. Thousands of years, and none saw fit to try a stunt as foolish as that wretched armband which tarnishes your visage. Are you surprised by my words? I'll admit you've shown an unexpected side of yourself today. It is surprising, to say the least. Make no mistake, I am still bound by duty, but bringing grief to Asterion is only part of it. I must teach you about this land and the power you wield, so you may become the finest lord yet. A lord of Cinder. I suppose finest is a bit beyond our grasp now, isn't it? As long as you have that armband, which would seem to be until death do you part. But my duty remains. If you would tolerate me every now and then, I would enjoy revealing to you a few more of the labyrinth's secrets. Don't get me wrong, the offer is tempting, but you're sounding quite traitorous today. If the Olympians, whoever they may be, won't strike you down, not for this or whatever, then sure, I may accept your offer. But I have to ask first, are you offering me this so you won't be alone down here? Me, lonely. I have my pelt, a dozen anthills, and voices which speak inside my head. Of course I am, but it's not kind of you to point it out. Then again, kindness is hardly my strong suit either. I will admit, I've grown fond of our clashes of wits. 'Tis like the old tales. It all brings such warmth to my heart. You know, despite... Did you hear something? Well, what? Okay. Light and sounds are washed away as whatever it is, approached. Your instincts push you to flee back to the hotel, but an unnatural rumble fills the air, a deep bass drilling paralysis into your bones and muscles. The snake, snake himself reels back, as though leaping out of the way, but the creature's presence petrifies him just as much as it does you. Your eyes meet. Mortality is laid bare as thoughts rush forth towards the two of you. I'm going to die. It can't end this way. I was sloppy and let my... Yes. Good. I'm so fast at reading. No! I can't die yet. Oh, look at him, all like hurt and grabbing his own titties. The snake's eyes shift towards the hotel's entrance, and then to the statue around you. Muscle is drawn taut. Strains? And then bursts as you and Argos leap out of the way, and just as the thing drops its head to ram and gore its target. The target, you turn and run back to the hotel. There is no time to glance back, but you can hear the creature charging after you. From the corner of your eye, you see Argos a few feet behind you. As he slithers, he twists himself in a movement you can't quite catch, and then he throws something to his left. The charging creature shifts its course in that direction, but you don't look back, except to dodge the snake as his awkward motion sends you tumbling forward. You only stop when you are well past the hotel's threshold. Here you are safe. The valley's creatures cannot enter. Now this was true danger. The monster you found in the kiln while exploring the valley pales in comparison to this creature. And to think Asterion had to live out there. Oh, think I might have broken something in that fall. Unwelcome and undesired, the cheeky and treacherous little gremlin lying at your feet is the fiend known as Argos. Here, beyond the threshold, with the hotel's domain. You're not supposed to be here. What? Did you see that thing charging at us? What was I supposed to do? No, I mean, you shouldn't be able to come in here. Creatures from the valley shouldn't. But my lord, it is, isn't this what mankind calls a hotel? A place of hospitality. I know what the word is. It's fine. I know. I just can't pronounce it. For the lost. A welcoming home blessed by Zeus. And weren't we two both as close as any mortal can be to being truly lost? Yes, but you aren't. Yes, I aren't allowed to be here. By the 12. What a rude host you are. And that wasn't grammatically correct. That wasn't even grammatically correct. Oh, my headphones is... Well, that wire is falling out. Unfortunate. I might have to get new headphones. That's annoying. But okay. And that wasn't even grammatically correct. Look, Argos. Look, it is what it is. I've barely entered your home, and already I'm kicked out. So unkind. What a sorry display. As if you hadn't given me permission. What? The contract we signed, my lord. Don't you remember? Should I refresh your memory? Article 4. The master is allowed to conduct inspections of the foreman's accommodations, save for the foreman's personal quarters, whose access is forbidden. The foreman is forbidden from conspiring against the master, and shall not use the right granted by his contract to bring him harm. The master and foreman are symmetrically bound by this article, including but not limited to not using Hestia's mirror to bring harm to the foreman. Did you catch that? We are symmetrically bound to this article, the entirety of it, and since you are allowed to inspect my accommodations, so am I, so may I inspect yours. Now, wasn't signing that contract an excellent decision on your part? Yep. I might have been injured, or worse. Could I not enter the hotel? I never expected it to look like this from the inside. How odd. Is that what they call stairs? I might have to give them a try one of these days. Oh, assuming I haven't already. You may not be aware, but ever since you signed that contract on your very first day, I've been able to just come on in. Wait, no. Have you, Argos? Have you harmed Asterion? Who, me? Of course not, no. I'm not here to be his torturer. You alone bear that role. Plus, I am forbidden from conspiring against you. I'd even bite the hand that feeds me. Oh, look, it seems like the creature's gone. The air in here is so humid. I'd better get back to my dear valley before I get a fungus or agu? Or something. A drop of cold sweat runs down your back, but all the lessons you've learned so far about the hotel and its contracts spring to your mind. You draw a breath, Hold it. Let it out. There must be a loophole. Good night, dear master. Sweet dreams. If you have a nightmare, just call for me. I'll be waiting right nearby. You let the snake go out into the night, leaving the echoes of his teetering laugh behind you. Only after he's a good distance away do you set your plan in motion. Argos may have permission to come in, but what if there isn't a way in? Outside the hotel, you summon boulders to cover most of the entrance. Inside, you create slabs of rock, stacked like bricks, to tightly seal the place, save for a reinforced and a firmly locked door. That should do it. No one should be able to come in without a bulldozer. Inelegant as it may be, it should be an adequate solution for now. And with that, you head back up, already trying to devise ways to get the best of Argos. Why? He seems like such a swell guy. Like, kind of actually, though. I kind of like him. During dinner, you remain quiet about what transpired down below. No reason to burden Asterion with Argos's shenanigans. You must be strong and bear this yoke yourself. For your friend. Go on, as with any normal night. How was your day, buddy?
It was a fine one. A guest approached me before checking out, and he said the sweetest thing. As soon as he laid eyes on me, in the blink of an eye, he rushed up to me and said that if I ever visit Malta, he knows a great hotel. A friend of his works there, and could get me a great deal. He went as far as to say he would come and raise hell himself if anyone disrespected me there.
What a nice sentiment.
Indeed.
The Minotaur supports his head with a hand on his chin, while keeping his gaze fixed on you.
This thing, this stream of humanity, is what I missed and wanted.
And humanity missed you, whether it knows it or not. He lets out a drawn-out grumble. As he readjusts his legs, you can just catch the clop of his hooves.
Thank you. Without you, I wouldn't have any of this.
Cute. One cannot tell who started it, but after Nono drops by to deliver your meals, your hands find themselves side by side, touching on their flanks. Neither of you notice it while it lasts, but as soon as it ends, the emptiness lingers, sweet and nostalgic. Okay. Okay, so that's on him. Okay, so it's permanently sweaty. Red shorts. Ooh, I don't like that. The workout shorts or the jeans? We're gonna do that, okay? Yeah, that sounds good. You're good there. I mean, not being able to find material is a bit rough, but pending projects. Not available. So I actually think maybe that. We'll do this for now. Just because we need material for other things. So we'll lower tech for now. We'll do that. And then confirm. Okay. This time, Robert calls out for you.
Mr. Josh, hello. I was hoping I'd find you today. I have something you might find interesting.
What is it?
Just some reading. It's a little book called The Dream Eater's Journal. To the average reader, it's a self-profession piece of self-help / religious fiction published about a year or two ago by the yes. That is, of course, only meant to make it unassuming. In truth, it's a written by a mythical being who is very knowledgeable about the nature of magic.
Oh, okay.
I've read it half a dozen times already. I've seen all its contents. All it contains. I would like you to have it.
Wow, thank you, Robert. I didn't expect this kind of information to be available in a book.
Seldom it is published, yes, but this one man has made it his life's mission to catalog and reveal as much as possible.
You obtained a copy of Dream Eater's journal.
Changing the topic, there is another matter I wish to bring up. Do you recall our previous conversation about Mr. Asterion's soul? The Dark Soul.
I think so. You said his soul seemed, prematurely aged.
Yes, among other things. He has a touch of divinity in him, although withered away, while his humanity remains strong. Recall too what I said about my own constitution. My kind, we are not built like most demons. Our souls are made of the same substance as humans, but our shells come from subterranean powers. We call it chaos, or chthonic forces. It has many names across different cultures, but I imagine you and your Cretan friend should be familiar with those terms. You should not conflate chaos with evil or disorder. However, it mainly relates to the most primordial forces of nature, and to an older generation of gods. There is one detail I omitted about Asterion's soul. I didn't know what to make of it, whether or not it was my place to mention, and I feared you could misinterpret it. There is a substance to his soul, a chaos most notable in ancient, but weathered just as much as his divinity. Once more, I struggle to describe it. It is richer in texture. He was born from a truly primordial source. I've seldom seen such a pedigree, but never mixed with the humanity and divinity alike. In comparison, Mr. Kota possesses a spark of divinity, and Mr. Lucas a smidgen of chaos, but none as great as Mr. Asterion's, if only his soul hadn't been drained of its substance. But this is not all. There is a second layer to its chaos. On top of his ancestry, someone or something has branded him with a distinctly chthonic imprint.
I'll stop the video here, so I'll see you around, everyone.